it can perform, no, uh, it can perform faster compared to human capability. So once again, I would like to remind everyone to please turn on your camera while having our discussion, so I can see your response, and I can see you that you are still listening to our discussions. So the goal of AI, the first one is uh, reasoning, learning, problem solving, and perceptions. And then there are several types, no, as we have mentioned last time, starting from ANA, or artificial narrow intelligence. If we notice, most of the AI, existing AI nowadays, uh, falls into narrow AI or narrow intelligence. There's no such AI nowadays serves us in a general purpose. Wala pang super ngayon, wala pang general, almost narrow pa. All AI being launched nowadays. So the automations nowadays can perform particular automation task, particular na AI, narrow AI nowadays perform specific tasks. So wala pang such AI capable of all the tasks almost the same as the human, no? So we have already discussed that last meeting, no? What's the difference between the artificial narrow AI? What's the difference between super intelligence and artificial general intelligence? So these are the definitions. Then, for slide number 8, we have also tackled AI classifications by functionality. The first one is we have the reactive machines. Then we have also the limited memory. We have the theory of mind and the self-aware. Then number 9, the evolution, no, starting from 1950s to 1960s to 70s to 1980s to 90s, and up to present renaissance of 2000s, no, of AI or artificial intelligence revolutions. Then for slide number 10, most likely the key milestones of in AI or artificial development. Ito na yung starting from 1997. When we say when we say milestones, these are the development, notably development. Ibig sabihin, ito yung mga development that serves greater impact in the history. Ito yung mga natatandaan. So ito yung mga milestone of AI development. The Deep Blue defeats world class or world chess champion Gary Kasparov during 1997. So isang notably milestone, no, during 2011 also, when it comes to the development of artificial intelligence, is the IBM Watson, no, wins Jeopardy against human champion. So imagine that defeats the capability of human by simply using the AI. So that is one milestone during 2011, and we have also up to 2023, where we have already the Chat GPT, no, that started with the milestone of Chat GPT. That was during 2023. A large language model bring conversational AI to the mainstream. Although there are already AI before, but ChatGPT exceeds beyond the expectations, and even uh, su- surprise almost all the professionals nowadays who are using also AI even before, because the during 2023, ChatGPT provides services that is beyond the expectations of the current uh, computer professionals. No, even professionals are amazed when it comes to that AI capabilities. Kaya, meaning to say, it is not being developed in just one night, then kinabukasan naka-launch ka agad. So it started, no, started from even before 1997. So meaning development of artificial intelligence takes time, no, to develop. So kung kayo yon, like for example in your projects, that's the reason why you are allowed to use several libraries nowadays, because one semester or two semester is not enough for you to build your own algorithm. So what could help you is to use, to enhance, to utilize, and if it is possible for you to innovate and improve the algo. But the creations of algorithm, having two semesters is not enough. So because even these milestones take several years before they come up with these recorded milestones when it comes to artificial intelligence. How much more if you are still no on the process of learning during your academic year as a student. So ang tanging way nyo to deal with AI is to embrace the AI capability, to look for the current available resources, no? And then if you want also to create your own milestones, who knows, eventually you can create your own milestones under AI development. But as what we have noticed, no, as a pattern, it takes several years for those successful AI to have their own milestones. Hindi sila ganun kabilis, no? Mayroong years of rendering the learnings and uh, trying to collect those informations just to produce almost accurate AI, develop AI. So ito yon, no? We have also the current state, the state of the art of the AI. Nagkakaroon na tayo ng large language model or LLMS, and then here comes, no, to be followed after launching the very known ChatGPT. Then here comes ChatGPT also equipped with generative AI that is capable of generating what is being prompted by the user. So under yun ng generative AI, it is also being studied already even before. No, it just so happened that during this era, ito yung pinaka launch or boom ng generative AI, especially nowadays for content creations. Multimodal AI, and then the reinforcement learning from human feedback. Okay, so 13 slides is the applications of AI across industry. We have already several implementations of AI under the healthcare, no, for the disease diagnosis, for the drug discovery, and then for the personalized. Instead of doing it manually, like for example, like for the traditional approach of traditional doctors, what they did is they keep on asking the patient what are those symptoms that they are experiencing, and then they keep on collecting data through conversation, and then they record that, and then it takes time for the doctor to diagnose whether or not that particular patient is experiencing particular disease, or this disease is identified as particular disease. So they are going to look at the list of that particular disease to conclude that the client really having that specific disease or identified disease. But it is in manual diagnosis, no? Chine-check sa list, then collections of data through verbal diagnosis. So nowadays we have already AI integrated in healthcare applications. So they use several AI approach with the help of data collections stored in that particular AI applications. Then here comes the algorithm integrated with AI that will automatically diagnose with the help of the data collections. So kaya nagkakaroon na ngayon ng mga devices capable of diagnosis from medical images, no? By just simply uh, getting those image, then AI applications now capable of diagnosis. Finance, retail, manufacturing, and transport. Then the fourth one is how it is being applied in our daily life. We used to have already a digital assistants, no, like Siri, Alexa, Google Assistant, uses no natural language processing. So when we say natural language processing, I would like to hear coming from anyone in the class, coming from CS4A, 4B, and CS4C. When we say natural processing, what do you mean? How how do you understand once you heard the word natural processing or natural language processing? Anyone? What do you mean by that? Tignan natin kung meron ba kayong idea coming from 4B and 4C. Anyone? Any idea? I would like to hear coming from the class. What comes first in your mind once you heard the word uh, natural language processing? What comes first in your mind? Oh, anyone? Once you heard the word natural language processing. So what's the natural language? Uh, at first, what do you mean by natural language? And the second question, what comes first in your mind once you heard the word natural language processing? Or anyone? Anyone from the class? Do you have any idea? CS4B. CS4B? Kanensha? You have any human language? Is it a question or an answer? Mr. Ken? Yes, Villarus? Okay. Okay. So, okay, very good, ano? Some at some points, no, there are several points coming from the response coming from who was that again? That was that again earlier? Villarus. Okay. So coming from Villarus. So there are several points, no, that meets the answered the questions, no, the what do you mean by or what comes first in your mind once you heard the word natural language processing. uh, may I hear also coming from other student, we have also additional, do we have additional answer before I explain it more further and in more detail? Meron pa bang magdadagdag once you heard the natural language? Do you agree with the answer coming from Miss Villarus? If you agree, can you raise your thumbs up? Okay, so how about CS4C? 4B rather? Do you agree with the answer coming from Miss Villarus? 4B and 4C? How about 4B? None of you agreed with the answer coming from Miss Villarus? Okay, we have one. How about the others? Oh, okay. So agree sila. Okay. So meaning, when we say, no, let's try to explain it more further, no, to ease the, to reduce the confusion. So when we talk about natural language, if you are going to analyze the definition, digital assistance, meaning Alexa, Siri, and Google Assistants, they are all using natural language processing. Now the question is, how this natural language processing? In the first place, what is natural language? So Miss Villarus earlier said that the natural language is the natural human language. Natural language is the natural human language. This is the language that we are using to communicate with other individual or with other person. So that's our natural language. Sa human, nagsasalita tayo as a human using our own language. However, the machine doesn't understand our own language, no? Kaya pinaprocess niya yon. So, natural language processing. So, meaning to say, um, if we provide input in natural language, our device, the computer already have a predefined process coming from the previous developers or even the provider of the software, no, that automatically understand what is being inputted kasi yun na yung unang na production doon sa mga software sa operating system. Once you have already your operating system capable already of understanding the human instructions in the form of human language, no? Pwede ganoon. Pag nagta-type ka, naintindihan niya because it already convert that human language and text form into machine language. So human language readable into machine language, naintindihan na ng OS that that's the particular example. So that's the default communications coming from human language with the help of input using text and then convert that into machine language so the machine can respond according to the instruction coming from the human. So hindi na question yun, no? Given na. Ngayon, let's bring it into more advanced. Doon na tayo sa natural language processing. So how it works when it comes to natural language processing. So si Alexa daw and AI, they are using natural language processing. So meaning to say, the one or the group of developers uses particular algorithm that is capable of whatever input provided by the user. Nakuha nyo? So meaning, from simple text, in advance pa nila yon. Whatever input coming from the user. You can provide image input, you can provide audio input, you can provide a prompt in a form of text. So, saan nag-a-apply ang natural language processing? In order for the assistants to understand the instruction, if you are typing the sentence or the statement or the prompt itself in a text form, it can simply collect the text form and convert that into machine language and then return the equivalent response according to your prompt. So simple, sounds simple, no? Parang unang steps doon sa unang example natin. But here comes the problem. What if the user provided input in a form of image format? So doon na ngayon yung advancement ng natural language processing because how the AI understand the instruction if the instruction is not in a form of text. So natural language processing now will try to collect the data coming from that image. Now you are going now to apply or to integrate algorithm capable of extracting that data, no? So CNN capable of doing that, no? The image processing capable of doing that. So you are going now to integrate particular algorithm capable of extracting the data coming from that image. Now, like for example, text within that image, algorithm will automatically collect all those text within that image. and then convert that into text form within the process, no? Within the process. And then second step is to process the text in order for that text to be converted into machine language that can be understood by the machine, and then return the uh, appropriate response based on the information being extracted coming from that image. Nakuha. So that's the reason why AI is capable of, like for example, you instructed the AI uh, extract the content coming from this image, then you are going to upload the image. Then AI will respond you with the accurate result of text in a text form which is coming from the uploaded image. No, imbis na ita-type mo yun manual, then you just simply uh, instructed the AI to extract those texts coming from image, and just with a simple click, AI will automatically convert that into text form. You follow? So natural language, readable with human eye, and then human eye and human comprehension, understandable with human comprehension, and then babalik ulit siya sa basic process niya that will convert into machine language so the machine can understand, and then it will respond into human readable again. Another is uh, ayun, capable of generating, no? Generations, yung example natin kanina. So meaning Alexa's digital assistance uses natural language processing to answer questions and perform tasks. Ginagamitan din nila yon. So that is one of the daily routine, daily life application. Another one is content recommendation. Smart home devices. You can also connect your you can actually give uh, you can actually control the devices, no, within your at home, no, that is capable for AI powers, like for example the thermostats that learn preferences, then security systems that recognize familiar faces. No, you integrate the facial recognitions to secure the area. Now you can use now the you can apply now that artificial intelligence in your daily life that is being integrated into security, whatever security devices that you are having in your device. So by instead of simply using that default device, then you enhance that device, you integrate artificial intelligence capable of scanning the face, no, and then notify the owner whenever there are faces uh, which is not actually belongs uh, to the family, then it will create notifications and alarm. Pwedeng ganon, di ba? For a simple monitoring of camera, you need to press first the button before you can do the focus. You can integrate artificial intelligence, so whenever there are anomalies in that particular area, there is no need for you to press the button, but it is the artificial intelligence will automatically create a notifications and alarm whenever that AI traces, no, or notice or observe whenever there are any anomaly in that particular area. So pwede niyong ganun din 'yon, no, sa projects niyo. Kabili kayo ng camera, but basic lang siya kasi you can just simply play the camera, run the camera, pero wala siyang ganong detections. Record mo nga lang. Uh, how much more if you are going to integrate AI? Whenever there are anomalies in that area, it will automatically alarm and create uh, notifications that particular area, and then ifo-focus niya. So, application in daily life. And then photography, di ba? Meron na ring mga artificial intelligence. Okay? So, we used to have this discussion last meeting na this one serves only as a review and recall. So, if you are going to have the takeaways, ito yon. AI encompasses a broad range of technologies that simulate aspects of human intelligence, from narrow task specific application to theoretical general intelligence. Current state of the art AI includes LLM, or we call it large language models, generative systems, and multimodal technologies that are transforming industries and everyday experiences. So another takeaways, no, as a third, the field has evolved dramatically since its inceptions in the 1950s. During that time, with the recent breakthrough driven by advances in data availability, algorithms, and computing power. And the last takeaway is the understanding AI's foundation, compatibility, and applications of AI provides essential context for navigating our increasingly AI integrated world. It is very, very important that you fully understood how AI applications being operated, or how to operate the AI applications and tools nowadays. Hindi yung ginagamit lang natin without knowing. So the advantage of using AI tools while you fully understood how it is being generated is an advantage for those individuals who really understand how it is being happen. Kasi you can generate perfect prompt whenever you fully understood how the AI your understand your questions or understand your instruction. If you fully understood how AI functions, perform its operations, you can easily create or formulate your own prompt engineering. So AI can respond accurately according to what response you wanted the AI to return to your prompt. Kasi nga naintindihan mo paano siya iintindi ng question. So that's very important. Uh, so let's proceed with our week number 3, learning material, before we proceed with week number 4. So we're done with the review and recall when it comes to our week number 2. So once again, we are done also, no? We're done also with this one last meeting. Am I correct? The introduction to intelligence system. I guess parang tapos na rin natin to. So another review and recall. Uh, Let us try to define the intelligence systems overview, key characteristics, then methodologies of applications, and the future directions. Okay. So first question is, what do you mean by intelligence? So basically, that can be understood as the capacity to learn from the experience, to adapt to new situations, to understand and apply abstract concepts, and then to use knowledge to manipulate the environment, and then intelligence is to reason out, no, for reason and solve problems. So if you are capable of doing all of those, then that's the very definition of what intelligence is all about. So meaning, when once we hear the word intelligence, it's all about learning, learning from the experience, adapting to the new situation, understanding and applying abstract concepts, using the knowledge to manipulate the environment, and even perform reasoning and problem solving. So when we heard intelligence, those are what intelligence is all about. Okay. Then for the fourth slide, human and versus machine intelligence. We use also to differentiate this one during last week. No, that in human intelligence, traditionally we are capable of developed through evolutions over millions of years. So we cannot perform the same improvement at the same time, no, like for example what you have learned within this month, then you can have additional learnings within this month up to multiple different new knowledge. We are not capable of doing multitasking, of learning multiple knowledge within the same time. So that's the downside of being human. But we are capable of learning that through time expansions, or within the range of the period of time. We need enough time, to learn, unlike machine that as long as there's an available memory where that machine can store the new knowledge, then machine is capable of absorbing all the new knowledge, even if you are going to feed new knowledge, more than one new knowledge, unlike human. Hindi natin kayang i-absorb yun at the same time, but machine is capable kasi yun yung advantage niya, uh, the power processing, no? Kaya we come up as a human, we come up of creating a solutions with the help of machine, where we transferred the task which is cannot be done with a human ability, but it can be made possible with the help of the machine. So that's the reason why we created an artificial intelligence. So we called it artificial intelligence because it serves as an extension of a human capability. So kung hindi natin kaya yung mag-provide to absorb knowledge almost at the same time with multiple different knowledge, we can create artificial intelligence that is capable of doing that because machine cannot feel tired, unlike human. The only downside of machine is when it comes to the time and response, time bound na based on the random access memory and the memory allotted for that particular machine. Yun lang yung downside. But as much as the machine is having large capacity of storage and having a large amount of random access memory to provide and to support the process every time there's a request, then machine is capable of absorbing all of those knowledge, unlike human. So kaya that's the reason why developers manage to create AI that extend our human capability. Okay, so highly adaptable when it comes to when it comes to human versus the machine. Excellent contextual understanding. So that is not present when it comes to the machine, but in human we are capable of doing that. So yun yung downside ng machine, ano? Strong emotional and social capabilities, which is very difficult to be transferred to the machine. So you need strong instructions in order for us to mimic our strong emotional and social capabilities if we are if our goal is to integrate that into machine intelligence. Until now, wala pang naka-perfect ng solution na yon. Uh, in human, intuitive and creative problem solving. In machine, machine only relies on patterns. Machine only relies on human instructions. So although namimimik niya yung capability natin of problem solving, kaya niyang isolve in a much faster time or faster response, pero yung human like intuitive and creative approach of problem solving, yun yung wala sa machine because it only relies based on the human instructions being integrated into machine intelligence. So human pa rin yung nasusunod. Okay? Then intelligence system, then so we have a new request of joining to the Google Meet. Okay, admit. Slide number 6. In slide number 6, we have the historical evolution. You can actually read from that slide core characteristics of intelligence system. Ito yung hindi nawawala. So when we say intelligence systems, being adaptable, the autonomy and the learning capability, yun yung hindi nawawala sa intelligence system. So when we say adaptability or being adaptable, ito yung ability to adjust behavior based on changing environments and requirements without explicit programming. Meaning to say, you can actually you can actually combine several sensors for this to make it more adaptable within the environment. Another example of that is the self-driving car, where they integrated intelligence system in that self-driving car, where the self-driving car doesn't need human intervention. Uh, it will try to ask the passenger, where are you going to go, the target, the target the starting point, and then the target point where you want to go. Then it's up to that self-driving car to navigate from that point to the target point without any human intervention. But of course, it is being integrated with several hardware sensors with the help of algorithm to the instruct the actions of that self-driving car. Sad to say, in our country, I'm not quite sure kung meron na ba tayo niyan, pero parang wala pa yata. But in some other country, meron na sila. Okay? So, kasi there are several requirements before you can perform that intelligence system in that particular car. Merong mga hardware requirements, software requirements before that can be made possible. But in some other country, may mga nakikita na tayo sa balita, no? That they are already having that one. Bubuk lang sila, darating yon, sasakay ka, parang Grab. And then, without human intervention, you will be navigated by that self-driving car from your original position to your requested destination. Okay, so that is another characteristic of intelligent system, being adaptable. So pag na-trace niya na may other vehicle at the left side, so mag-a-adjust siya based doon sa na-trace niya na distance and then to the safer distance. So kapag may traffic, magsa-stop siya according to the instructions and then considering the safety of the passenger. So adaptable siya. So yan ang first characteristic. So if the system is capable of being adaptable, so meaning part of your system is intelligent system na. Pwede mo na siyang tawaging intelligent system. Another consideration is the anatomy and the learning capability. Okay, so these are the characteristics of being intelligent system. So kung yun ay na present sa system mo, then you can consider that you are already integrating the core characteristic of intelligent system. Another one, advanced characteristics, the perceptions, reasoning. Ito yung mahirap pang ma-achieve ng intelligent system because nowadays we are still dealing with almost almost all of artificial intelligence nowadays trending is still under the narrow AI. So they are performing particular tasks and not several tasks same as human. So yung perception, reasoning, knowledge presentations and planning can be presented by AI nowadays, but not as accurate as a human perceptions, human reasoning, not as accurate as human knowledge and how the human perform the planning and how the human execute the planning. Okay? So there are several trial and errors nowadays pero hindi pa talaga perfect same as well as a human. Okay? So core approaches to building intelligent system. Ano daw yung pwedeng approach? You can do the knowledge-based system, no? Like expert systems, and then the components. Pwede tayong machine learning approach. We can do the supervised learning. We can do the unsupervised learning. We can do the reinforcement learning. During last week, Saturday, we have already discussed this one, that the supervised learning needs models learned from labeled training. When we say labeled training, you have already a labeled data. So like for example, in facial recognition, you are going to register first your facial encodings. So we call it labeling. Ile-label mo muna, no? So that's the reason why you need to scan your face to register your facial encoding. So those are the dots, no, within your face. The dot from the forehead dito, and then the dots for your eye, vertical and horizontal, nose, vertical and horizontal, then lips, vertical and horizontal, and then the entire shape of your face, vertical and horizontal. So there are counts of dots. Mayroong bilang yan ng dots that will serve as your facial biometric. So dahil face yun, ang tawag natin doon, facial encodings. So you are going to label all of those. So the algorithm can measure the distance of your facial encoding. So for each individual, we are having different facial encodings. Iba yung distance ng encodings ng noo mo, left and right, top and bottom. Iba yung distance ng measurement ng point ng encodings ng eyes mo, left and right, vertical and horizontal, nose, vertical and horizontal, lips, vertical and horizontal, an entire face, left and right, encodings, yung point, vertical and horizontal. Did you follow? So, yun yung mga dots, no, ng face. Kung nakakita na kayo sa mga examples na may mga dotted sa facial, so those are the encodings of your facial biometric. For each one of us, we are having different measurement facial encoding. So, sa supervised learning, kinukolek yon. So, in order to collect those facial encodings, kailangan may makaptured muna yung facial image mo. So, that's the reason why you need to register your facial image na nakaharap ka, nakatagilid left, nakatagilid right, nakatingala, nakayuko, and then the more registered image, the more accurate that you will be having as a labeled data. So yan yung supervised learning. So how the system recognize that you own that data? That is after scanning the image that is being recorded into the database. So a particular name own this particular labeled data or encodings, no, stored into the database. Now here comes in the directory, you are having multiple pictures of your facial encodings and then match with your information or ID. So during the facial scanning, it will try to look for the labeled data encodings equivalent to your currently scanned label encodings. Ganun magmamatch si facial recognition. So, kakaptured niya yung video mo na nakaharap ka sa camera, it will convert it into a frame, kukunin niya yung image mo, and then it will try to collect the measurement of your facial encodings, and then it will look for the facial encodings stored in the database. Whenever there are matching facial encodings from the encodings captured by the camera, then it is being verified that it is your encoding, then it will welcome your name. So welcome, Mr. or Miss, and so on and so forth. So that's how the supervised learning works. No? So pwede nyo gawin yun, no? Machine learning approach. The first one is supervised encoding or supervised learning. Another learnings, no, is the unsupervised. Under ito ng knowledge based system. Another one is unsupervised. Now, unsupervised doesn't need to train the data. Yung supervised learning, you need to train the data. So you can have a labeled data. For unsupervised, there's no need for you to train the data. Then you don't have the labeled data. Kaya tinatawag siyang unlabeled data. So meaning the model's identity or identify the patterns instead of trying to match the input with the saved data. Di ba yung biometric kanina? You should have registered encodings first as a labeled data, and then whenever there are new input, ima-match niya muna kung alin ang match doon sa new input with your labeled data. Ay maraming labeled data doon owned by several owners, hahanapin niya sinong may-ari noon. So that's how the supervised learning works. But in unsupervised, hindi ganon. Sa unsupervised, you need to provide the input and then it will try to collect the pattern based on the historical data. And then whatever the historical data responded more compared to the other data in the history, yun yung magiging return output niya doon sa input data. So hindi niya kailangan ng trained data to answer the particular request or to respond particular request. So we called it unsupervised learning. So another part yan of knowledge-based system. So kung capable yung system nyo of doing that, most likely you are using the unsupervised learning. Okay? Another one is the reinforcement learning. The agents learn optimal behavior through trial and error interactions. So machine learning reinforcement na talaga to. May learning na para siyang parang may touch niya siyang almost human kasi whenever there are errors being encountered, by the next time that AI or agent encounter the same scenario, hindi niya uulitin because that happened already before. So the agent learned from the previous experience. So hindi niya uulitin yung previous error kapag na-experience niya na yon. So meaning you are performing already the reinforcement learning once you include that in your uh, knowledge-based system. So deep learning, then 13 hybrid, and then the real world, healthcare, finance, manufacturing, transport. Then the last slide is the future. Ito na yun, magkakaroon ng emerging trends, and then of course we will be having key challenges, yung mga ethical considerations, addressing bias, privacy, and accountability. Energy efficient, reducing computational requirements, and so on. Okay, so this is our week number 3 learning material. So let me open our week number 4, yung fundamentals of intelligent system. So before we continue, no, may i-cater lang ako dito muna na concern. Siguro mga 3 minutes muna. Okay, so let's resume our discussion. So this will be the week four, no, the fundamentals of intelligent system. After this week four discussion, I'm gonna give you time to review week number two for your quiz. No, I'm gonna post the quiz in the form of Google form, but I'm gonna give you time to review first, and then I'm gonna mention how many minutes are you going to take the review, and then I'm gonna post the quiz. Okay. So slide number two for intelligent agenda. Agents and environments, concepts of relationality, the nature of environments, and the structure of agent. Ito yung agenda natin when it comes to the fundamentals of intelligent agent. Okay. So meaning, these are the fundamentals of intelligent system, uh, agents and environment. Another fundamental is the concept of rationality, the nature of environments, and then the structure of the agent. So pag sinabi nating the agent and the environment, the defining agents and their interaction with surrounding environments. Uh, Most of the time, this is accompanied with the help of sensors. Sensors will pick the data within the environment, and then based on the data collections, the agent will respond uh, according to the result of diagnosed and analysis of the data collected by the sensor. So it's either standalone process of sensor kasi sensors are limited when it comes to processing. The sensor itself is not capable of processing the data. So there's a need for that sensor to transfer first the data before they can process the data so the agent can respond with the environment. Kaya dyan papasok yung pwedeng combinations of artificial intelligence, cloud computing, and IoT to make use of cloud computing. Or you can have your own processing within the device where the process happens within the device but with the help also of the sensors to collect the data. So dito yon pwedeng mangyari. No? The second one is the concept of reality or rationality rather. Try to explore how agents makes optimal decisions based on the available information. So that's the reason why the data collections is very important for you to come up with the agents that will respond accurately. So whatever the available data, the agent only relies on those available data, and then the result and the accuracy of the agent that can be produced will be based on the accuracy of the data that the data being collected. So that's the very important part of the data collections, that the data must be accurate, and the data integrity is in 100% data integrity kasi it could affect the result when it comes to the concept of rationality, especially in your artificial intelligence. The natural the nature of the environment, and then the structure of agent. Okay, so I guess you can also read, no, the remaining slides here for week number four, but I'm gonna give you time to focus on week number two. So let me open first the Google Drive for quiz one for me to be reminded which week module did I base the quiz to be posted today. So I guess that's under week number 2. Parang week number 2 'yun. Tignan natin ha, week number 2. 2025, 2026. Eto, 25, 2026. Eto, intelligence system. So week 2, okay? Um, Time check muna tayo. Time check is 2:28. So exact na natin ang ano, exact na natin ng 2:30, okay? Starting 2:30, kasi this is 15 items. So most likely you will be having 15. So I'm gonna give you 30 minutes to review, no? 30 minutes to review. 2:30. So meaning mga 3, 2:30, 3. I'm gonna schedule the Google form, ito, the Google form quiz at exactly 3 p.m. At exactly 3 p.m., mag-a-appear yung Google form. Then you are going to start your quiz that will last up to 15 minutes, no? Kasi 15 items, 1 minute per item is enough already, no? To recall what you have study, no? For 30 minutes. So meaning sobra-sobra pa 'yon. So parang nag-quiz din tayo in traditional approach, no? Na nagku-quiz kayo tapos binabantayan. So dito, dahil online, I'll gonna give you 30 minutes to review for week number 2, and then 15 minutes to take the quiz. It will automatically appear uh, 3:30 p.m. Okay, post ko na muna. Ay, bakit materials? Quiz tayo, quiz. Nasa week, ano tayo ngayon? Week 4. 30 ngayon, ano? Ay, ano ba ngayon? August 30. 3 p.m. Okay, so that is already scheduled under CS 4C. So share ko muna to sa email ko dito. Okay, you may start now. You may start now your review up to 30 minutes. So at exactly 3 p.m., mag-a-appear na yung quiz.